clowning you. Villains with every aspect I choose, and showing just that they lose when they step in the game. Everyone knows my name. Doctor Strange, who, Spider-Ham, maybe, and Black Widow, on a secret mission to stop the villain. Dance of Death is the main event. Unless I'm Rocket Raccoon, no time to be rude. Oh wait, I just murmured you. I'm a superhero, always willing to go to blow with crimes to save so many lives. A stud is to or die. Marvel champions, you a champion. I'm champion, we are champions. I'm a superhero, always willing to go to blow with crimes to save so many lives. A stud is to or die. Marvel champions, you a champion. I'm champion, we are champions. They say it's a little bit slow, but I'm all about control. When I stun and confuse, cause there's no way I would lose. I flip up and down, villains stand you round till I'm ready or not. This combo ready to drop 20, 30 damages and cannon Hulk smash. I'm a bash, put him in the trash and call it a match. Let's step up in the portal or get up in game. Dead Winnie the Nelson, so keep it locked and watching. I'm a superhero.
Welcome everybody to Descry Gaming. We are doing a live stream on Iceman Hero Pack that was revealed today, January 18th, 2024. We're going to do a preview of it. Now, I have not even looked at it. I did notice, like always, a few content creators sort of have beaten me to the punch already. But no, we're going to experience this together. And I'm just going to go through the new cards, give my thoughts and opinions, and then call it a day. But so Iceman is being introduced, and you know, what can Fantasy Flight do with a character like this? You know, he has a very interesting mutant ability to freeze things and to traverse with his ice slides, and so you can imagine the playground that they probably experimented with. So I'm interested to see what they came up with. Hello, T-Mark. Good to see you. But I'm sure Fantasy Flight, with all their experience and the many heroes under their belt, I'm sure they're going to knock a home run. So let's go to the Fantasy Flight website. I'm going to share my screen. And here we are, guys. So I've zoomed it in a bit. Chilling out. We got Iceman. Here comes the coolest hero on the team. That's kind of funny. So yeah, where do we start? I mean, they're going to give you a little backstory about him here. I think we'll go right just into the nitty gritty here. So they're giving you just a quick preview of some of their cards. He's got a Rec 4, which is pretty respectable, with hit points of 11, hand size 6, obviously, and hero size 5. But let's start reading about it. So it's no surprise that a hero named Iceman would have a wonderful Wintery power set, and Bobby Drake is the alter. So he's a mutant. Bobby Drake begins the game with 6 Frostbite upgrades set aside. Wow, so they're going to give you 6 Frostbites sort of set aside there. So I assume the mechanic will be with this thing called Frostbite upgrade. But cool off response. After you change to this form, shuffle 1 ice card from your discard pile into your deck for each copy of Frostbite in play. So I guess it has to have the traded word ice on it. And then you're able to, once you change to that form, you're able to shuffle an ice card from your discard pile into your deck for each copy of Frostbite in play. Okay, so I didn't kind of read that last bit. So that's interesting. So he probably wants to kind of spam a lot of the Frostbites, like when you're getting lower onto your deck, flip to alter, do your cool off response. So then you're set for a mega turn, like a mega damage turn going into the next round when you flip back to hero. It's a really cool ability. I really like those sort of mechanics, and it looks like, yeah, this hero is going to be pretty bonkers with his ice mechanics and the Frostbite mechanic. or more importantly, the frostbite mechanic. So, 11 hit points is pretty good. Your standard is 9. So, Bobby Drake, pretty good, hit points and hand size. I like it with cool off ability. Sounds pretty cool. And then obviously you got Iceman there. Let's just take a look. So his hero side has interrupt called freeze. When Iceman makes a basic attack or defense against an enemy, attach a set aside copy of frostbite to that enemy. So, but remember, a basic meaning that's exhausting to do a general attack or exhausting to do a defend, not with an event keyword or that. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I'm just kind of thinking about it. But yeah, it's going to put a frostbite attachment. So here's the big mechanism of his deck, guys. It's the frostbite. Now I believe you get a total of 6 of them. Yeah, so you get 6 of these set aside. It's a permanent. Attached enemy gets -1 scheme and -1 attack. Yeah, the -1 scheme is, I think, very helpful too. If you're trying to do a party kind of variant, party meaning you want lots of minions on your side and abuse the minions on your side for card draw or, just in aggression, generally speaking. So that's what's nice about Frostbite is you can lower their scheme, because that's where, when you flip back to Alter, sometimes if you have a party variant, they're going to get a lot of scheme on you. But so he can kind of pull off the party variant pretty well based on what I see right here. After attached enemy activates or leaves play, set this card aside. Okay, so yeah, it's not going to last too long, Frostbite, but definitely it's pretty cool. But yeah, this is his main mechanic. Kind of works with his deck. And we're just going through. So the first card, by combining Iceman's freeze ability with cards like Frozen Solid. This is hero form only. So you have to be in hero form, attached to enemy, max 1 per enemy. So you have to be in hero to play it. And attach to enemy, max 1 per enemy. Force interrupt. When attached enemy would activate, discard Frozen Solid instead, then attach set aside copy of Frostbite to the enemy. So yeah, probably you want to be playing this just on the villain, most likely. And this is a very solid kind of like, if you go back to like OG Spider-Man, the Webbed Up, or Shadowcat's Dazed and Confused, like, it's like attachment that's going to stop an activation. Then he gets a Frostbite put onto him. So pretty cool. 3 costs, that's reasonable. So that's nice. I like it. Lowering their scheme attack. Yeah, we talked about that. By combining Iceman's freeze ability like Frozen Solid. Okay, that's the card we looked at. Ice Wall. It's a 4-coster support. That's interesting. But that's pretty expensive. It's out of that 3 costs from build support player side scheme. So that's a little bit, could say a negative, right? But now you have to hard play it somehow. When an enemy would take any amount of damage from an enemy attack, now keep that in mind, it's only enemy attacks, not like indirects and stuff like that. Place that damage here instead. Then, if there is at least 8 damage here, discard this card and attach a SSI copy of Frostbite. So it kind of reminds me of the protection energy barrier, or not energy barrier, force field generator, I think it's called, in protection, where it's like, I think a 3 cost, and it stops like 5 damage or 6 damage or something like that. This is a little bit better, obviously. Force interrupt. So you have to, if you're trying to do those avoid and protection events where you would take damage, it's going to beat this out. So that's the only kind of negative to it. But yeah, that's a lot of damage, guys. 8 to stop 8 damage from attacks. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. So, but yeah, it costs a lot. But again, that's pretty good for survivability. We got Arctic Attack. Choose, deal 4 damage to an enemy and attach a set aside copy of Frostbite to it. Or we can deal 6 damage to an enemy with Frostbite attached. Okay, so there's where that ramping and damage goes. So yeah, when you're getting low deck size, you flip back, you try to put a mass copy of the Frostbites out, then you do your cool off, and then you get a bunch of Arctic attacks and other things. Oh, there's an Ice Blast down here. Okay. He completely locked down even the toughest foes for their next activation, allowing his allies to focus on more pressing threats while foes are stopped cold. In a pinch, he can even unleash an Ice Blast. Now, let me just say something. So he's probably the king, the S tier king of slowing down the enemy. Now we've had Venom hero. OG Spider-Man, Shadowcat, those heroes have those like attachments that kind of slow down the villain. Not only does Iceman slow down the villain, the dude is also slowing down minions, reducing attack and threat. So he's really good. Like we've had hints of glimmers of like slowing down the game a bit and giving those examples I just gave, but he is really dedicated to really slowing down the villain's tempo a lot, which is really cool because I do like to play like that. Like I like to kind of throw attachments to minimize the villain's tempo a bit. So Iceman is definitely up there. So we've never really seen a hero that is like really dedicated to that. But he does a lot of stuff, right? He has survivability. He has a lot of tools at his arsenal here. So Ice Blast, this thing is going to, I guess, spam you a lot of frostbite attachments, which is pretty cool. Hero action, it's an ice superpower. Choose a player, set aside copy of Frostbite to the villain and each minion engage with that player. Then deal 3 damage to each enemy with a copy of Frostbite attached. So wow, that is so that's like your little combo piece there in the Iceman deck. So already, guys, he's looking super fun, very thematic, very impressed. Now we haven't seen every single card he has. But we have seen sort of the main mechanics of how he operates. And obviously, aggression just is like going off in my mind, especially the party variant of aggression. Since you can throw that Ice Blast, you can flip to alter. They're going to be -1 scheme if you need to. And you can proc your cool off too before you lose those Frostbite tokens. But more importantly, Bring It is just going to draw him a ton of cards. And I definitely think he's a good, so Thor's always been the poster boy for the party aggression deck. Iceman might be right up there now with Thor. It's giving Thor some competition, actually, the way I look at it. Of course, Iceman could do more than just freeze enemies. He has cryonetic perception. Hero response, superpower upgrade. After you resolve your freeze ability, exhaust this card, draw 1 card. Woo, that's hot. If that card has the ice trait, ready Iceman. Nice, man. So I really love what Fantasy Flight is doing. Like the heroes that they're releasing now, where we are in the state of the game, they're really like, going the extra mile with different triggers and different conditions. But that's cool because it forces players to really pilot their deck smart, put different cards back into their deck, try to maximize stuff like that, right? Get the ready, play domino to put an ice card back on top, and then try to resolve your freeze ability. So like there's little tricks you can do, right? So it's just so cool when the game opens up like that, and when you're deck building, you can just go to town and come up with cool ideas. But yeah, definitely like his upgrade there. That's really nice. That's going to put him into maybe a 6-card hero side when he takes advantage of that. Really cool. Then you got snow clones, an ally. What is this? Cannot. Let me read it. Okay. Turns his freeze ability into a source of momentum. He can generate snow clones to fight alongside him, and his signature ice slide. All right, so snow clone cannot have upgrades attached. Okay. It's a 2 with a asterisk. Snow clone takes -1 consequential damage after it attacks the enemy with frostbite attached. Oh, wow. So then you got this other little mini game going on where you play a bunch of these snow clones, and it's an X-Men too, but you cannot have upgrades attached to it, unfortunately. But I mean, you can constantly, do 2 damage if it has the frostbite and kind of keep this in play. You can also use it as an emergency blocker too. But that's really cool. Again, super, super cool. And there's so many moving parts with Iceman. I mean, it blows my mind how they get this like so good. Then you got another upgrade called Ice Slide. Iceman gets +1 thwart, +1 attack, +1 defense. So welcome, Cable. Here I come. So it comes 2 thwart, 3 attack, 3 defense. Nice stats, guys. Very nice stats. Only costs 2 to play it. And superpowered training player size scheme can grab it. After you change to alter ego form, shuffle this card into your deck. Oh, okay. So you don't. Okay, so I was going to say that is really, really good if it was going to just stay on the play area. Okay, so here's the thing. So it's kind of like that Hulk, what Hulk has, that it boosts his strength by 1. I forget what it's called. Boundless Rage, I think. Has that sort of first response when you flip to alter. You got to get rid of it. But this shuffles it back into your deck, so that's even better. Okay, you gain the aerial trait, which again could come in handy depending on what you're trying to do. But that's cool that he has aerial. And then you finally got Power Belt, another upgrade. You get +3 hit points. Hero resource, awesome. So he has a hero resource, and it generates a wild resource for an ice card. Okay, so it's only for ice cards, but it's wild. But yeah, but you'll be shuffling lots of ice cards back in. I think that does it. And now we're going into, I guess, this precon and aggression. You got Shark Girl here, who is a 2-coster with 2 attack asterisks. While Shark Girl is attacking an enemy, she gets +1 attack for each upgrade attached to that enemy. Oh, nice. So, I mean, you could like attach a bunch of things on the villain. Shark Girl is bumping up quite a bit. Then you got Suppressing Fire. Attach to a minion. When you attack and defeat attached minion, heal 2 damage from your hero. So yeah, that it's always nice to have different ways to gain life, especially if you go in a scenario where life is something very, very important, and some heroes really like to gain life too. 0 cost upgrade. That's interesting. I gotta see what I could do. Surprise move. It's an event. When you make a basic attack against an enemy with an upgrade attached, you get +2 attack for this attack. If this attack defeats that enemy, ready your hero. Yeah, that's, a ready. It's kind of like a Valkyrie type thing. So again, very solid. Again, you can explore sort of deck building, and I'm thinking too, like, you run Nebula. Nebula has, so if you play Nebula's technique that gives her overkill, you can start just overkilling stuff with this and readying your hero. So there's lots of very cool cards. These are very cool cards, and it's going to be interesting where deck builders go with these cards, because Looking for Trouble is nothing new. It's just another duplicate of a card that's been released already. Keep up the pressure. So another new player size scheme. Each player may search their deck and discard pile for an attacking event added to their hand. Ooh, baby, and it's only a 2-coster per player. Until the end of phase, each attack event deals 1 additional damage. Oh my gosh. So Gambit loves this card. Black Widow also loves this card. So those heroes with multiple attacks, like Wolverine and stuff like that, are definitely going to love this card. And also, that is pretty, like, for some with some heroes that have a really good identity attack card, this is like really nice. So this is a nice one to put out near maybe mid game to end game, and you go OTK flip on the hero, or sorry, on the villain. So Keep Out the Pressure I really like. 0 cost too, which is excellent. So very easy to get that out there. Maybe play it mid game, end game definitely, and then you just go for the fences basically. But that powers up your whole team. I like it. Like that. 3-cost event, deals 7 damage to an enemy with an upgrade attached. Yeah, so I think this is good for heroes that might not have really high raw damage, or heroes that can put lots of attachments on, say, the villain. But yeah, 7 damage is quite big. If you hone technique this, that would then go to 8, 9, 10 if you play this. So, if you run kind of like a hone technique deck and you're putting a lot of attachments out, 10 damage for 3. Yeah, sign me up. But yeah, a lot of heroes don't have problem with just raw damage. So got to see which heroes will utilize that the best. Then we go into Sauron Lives. So this is, I guess, a new modular. He does not have villainy. He's a 2/2. Heal 3 damage from activating enemy and give it a tough status card. So let's just... So got a good heal there and a tough. That's pretty bad. That slows you down. Cyclops, you say, Team Art. Yeah. When revealed, search the counter deck, discard power for life drain attachment, reveal it. Where is life drain? Right here. So when Sauron gets revealed, this is coming in. Attach the minion with the highest printed hit points. So it's probably going to be Sauron. It activates against you. So he's got like a pseudo haste right here. Or quick strike basically. If no minion it actually activates in if you're an altar as well, right? So it's even better than a quick strike. If no minion activate this way, this card gains surge. When attached enemy attacks you, take 2 damage. Give the attacking enemy a tough status card. Wow. So yeah, Sauron's going to be a little bit tricky, but again, he's only 6. Yeah, that's respectable 6. I was going to say. Okay, so it's going to take a decent amount of resources to deal with Sauron, especially if he gets tough too. So drain Sauron. Ooh, look at this. Discard the top 2 cards of your deck. Top 3 cards instead if Sauron is in play. For each resource icon discard this way, do the following. Place 1 threat on the main. Discard 1 card from your hand. Deal 1 damage to identity. Ooh, Deadpool will not like this. Exhausted character control. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Especially if Sauron's in play, that's discarding 3. Yeah, Domino will probably hate that. Yep, I agree. So anyways, that looks like it, guys. I mean, it doesn't show us probably every single card of every different pack here, but a good portion of it. Let's go, I guess, back to the main thing here. And what are my thoughts? Again, I think they are doing a great, phenomenal job with these hero creations. I think I've always said it. I think the most important thing that they have to get right first is the theme. and then the mechanical nature of how that hero plays, and make it fun. Those are like the three thou shall not, do wrong, right? And Fantasy Flight has been lately hitting those big things. Very thematic for every heroes that they're releasing. So it matches what they do in the movies, what they do in the comics. 2, the mechanics work with that theme, right? And 3, that is fun, right? Marvel Champions, we want to have fun playing these heroes. So definitely he looks very fun, very, again, I would say at the beginning of my stream, I mentioned delaying the tempo of the villain. He is probably S tier for that. So if we ever had an S tier class for like delaying tempo of a villain, hands down Iceman all the way. He can delay minions, delays the villain. He has survivability. He has a lot of cool cards. I think Aggression Party is going to be his go-to. But we'll see. I'm sure deck builders are super creative what they can come up with. So it'll be interesting to see that happen once we get him released. But yeah, guys, I'm super excited for this. So this was a quick preview for me. We are going to jump into some more live games today, but I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I'm going to sign off, and I will see you guys on the next one.